Hey, Tansi, good morning from Clifford Watney School. My name is Brenda Albert. I am from Sweetgrass First Nation, Nagawati, and I teach here at Clifford Watney School here in Red Fez and Mixuati. We are going to do this podcast on today. Our topic is Wakuhtud, and we have two guest speakers. So we're going to do this for, we have a different topic tomorrow, and then Wednesday will be the listeners phoning in, asking questions or texting in or whatever you do. So I'll leave it at that, and I'll hand it over to my co-host, Rhonda. Go ahead, Rhonda.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Rhonda Whitney Barber. I'm from Red Pheasant. I'd like to introduce a couple of ladies to you this morning. Beside me here is Mrs. Tina Whitford. She is from Red Pheasant. And beside her is Mrs. Teresa Sapp from Little Pine First Nation. Now today, our topic is kinship. And I have a number of questions I would like to ask these two ladies. And I'm very honored to sit here with them. They have a lot of knowledge. And you know, as a younger person in the community, it's our role as parents to be able to share information about kinship terms with our children and grandchildren. So I'm very honored to sit here with these ladies to learn a lot from them. And Tina, do you want to introduce yourself?
My name is Tina Whitford. I'm here from I'm from Red Pheasant, and I work here at the school. Been here for many years. I've always lived on reserve, on my own reserve, but I reside in Palmaker now, and but I still work here. I brought this old lady. I take her as my mom because she took me as her daughter, because when my mom passed away, her name was Teresa also, and I met her and then told her that I just lost my mom, and she said, well, I can be your mom now. So this is my mom, Teresa Sapp. Yeah. Introduce yourself.
Nathan.
Hi, Teresa Sapp, Little Pine. I've been married 67 years. I've lost me wasak. Takakita mo ako kanotex kita. Uskayak. Wakutun. Sige magita ko. Kakyo. Inanas ko no mina. Mamo tawi mau nanas ko mau. Kamiyo kisita, kamiyo skata, ko magano tek skata. Hi.
So the first question I'd like to ask to Mrs. Sapp is, at what age were young people being taught about kinship in the past?
Transpute in Antoya.
Mayokat strotasik. Apo ni tao ke toti sik pepisak. Epe pim sans. Apo nape singos seiti. Stota maganget. Ateka pics was pemtimeitamok. Ja kwamwa kuhtun kamtimeitakit. Uipat. Saka me peo picture kap mui tamasak. Kakame mueg. E mua makane peo sistami. Kene hiawin no. E ki mi kusia. Miuki kway. Mi setman timagno ko asisak. E kain stuta kaktuti chikapu. Wa wistio manehio weon, ko mem staki tek. Stay with you. Tämä ei niitä ole kehutsemaatseksi totiseksi. Stuhtamuk.
She's saying you start talking to children ever since from birth. You talk to them in Cree, and they have an understanding. You call them by my daughter Ntans Ngosis for a boy. That she's saying that's how you talk to them. Like you don't use the real their English name. You always talk to them as in your language. You talk to them in Cree and call them. Sometimes babies have Indian names. See, say mana chiki we how. I say chiki we how baby sick. Yeah.
Hope man.
Kaya kane yo we hits kumana nasko.
Kwa mina mstray witi kutskawasak. Kani we won't. Muy tuita matno ne we won't. Aski kani paut. Kwa paksimusko. Eki peko takista anista uskayuya. We pateki watsia. Seems en ponet. Eki to taikauya. Da mosta ka snaumato kam gegeya. Eftani sos gegi kaya. Kwa maneki ma tot seems egi takma. Sana kawi no muy katskap mai. Eki ate mostok man. Ai maneo kumaka. Ja kameimo. Wisi kuus nanon. Muamma. Moi jauja kapa pihtut. Wisi ten pektaus kaya kokoini hiuit. E papihi. Moi ammekse. E kwamam strewi tihu. Kawaku tohkoes. Matska. Nkoses kertoin. Pekoma eman tukiskaak. Nkitotaak ntoa simsak. Ayah ntoak nkossak. Nkoses kertena o. Tane kente kannape. Ja nkossak omaki o. Eko kensansak. My girl so kensansak. Sim suawak. Eko mina en stota muhitik. Kisimis. Kimis. Kistes. Kikawi skuhtawi. Kistes. Kimusom. Kokom. Kisis. Uhtawi min. Tahkamimo. Wakuhto noma. Atihtaa se miset wansenok. Minä manna kihto kehteek. Te piewe kauaa kohto. Muiko e savasessa nauksu. Muiko e saa kihto okman. Pe vapahteen. Puki koe kehteek kaki pevistä muu. Kaki on pe vapahteen. Matskau teoskaap. Nämä niitä on stemmoja takuun. Ja kohoikin tapahtumak. Auta. Kutta kaapitsko. Niistä on tansseekin vanihak. Yksi. En mä mausu aho ehtoja kivaa kuhtua. e nahitamihi sa hitok mangektek kapik skatsin kawaku mui kanepeu sine waku taman matskan kseni mise to tawaku meu tai mui aya kanepewi ko waku tum kwa
Ayan. Kaya kagisito inon sus na nimissa itahumak niistä. Kagyo gawian intansi itahumaki. So ayo kagisito inam gani yon kagasi mo ko nagamis. Kito ankia.
Yeah, like she was saying that you talk to your talk to your newborn right till they're old, like never stop talking to your children in Cree because they understand, even though they're just babies, they understand. And also to talk to your siblings, like mention their relations, like say my brother, if it's a young boy, she never named any of her kids by name. She always used like say if she's talking about an older brother, she called him Stes, or else see Mrs. a younger brother, the Mrs. An older sibling, and see Miss still the same. You say those, and like you talk about when you're gonna talk to your uncles, you don't say uncles. She she spoke to them. She'd say insist gawis for auntie. She always talked to her children like Nikosis, Nikosak or Dansak, never called them by their name. And not to be ashamed of your own language. Always promote your language to your children. Because oftentimes young people nowadays, they try and teach them how to talk their language, and they end up laughing at each other and they discourage each other. But what she's saying is never to be ashamed of your language. Always speak it, because that's what's going to take you a long ways. And that's how older people were taught respect like that, to respect one another through her language, is what she was talking about.
Can you explain the meaning of adopting someone into a family?
Oh, ya kata pa humat dan samay ispay.
kom kaitoan e naitami so kapik skatse pe kontap skut ke tono maka kapasketa wa kumakan no tap skut te tapa hi te wa wia ka kitote ko eskawi tama tapuemma kawakumi tawiak katapakumi te haki te pitos kitama sehon pitos wisa teiton atihmana pakuatamo kekuse nuitama kokmane tapskut mueko te ehaksutsak aya istahamma ka utni muamme kuse teitami peko namma tapskut kia kia kimi ku tapskut natawimui eksamma itaki te tapakuhtun ekseis pukui tehiam kajat katepuatu tapu katepuatu kismam toneita koe samma eki wahumma kai ne peus kauia koa kumpuie akameimuk istamma utsapateno que tahta voy a hacer usted koe ekuse
Yep. She's talking about
Adopting someone.
adopting someone in the family. I keep trying to talk and agree to. Magaya. She's talking about adopting someone into a family, and she said quite often it's when someone is lonely, like someone had lost some particular member. Like me, for instance, I was helping her. I didn't know who she was at first, and I was helping her at the laundromat, and I started talking to her, and I really enjoyed when I talked to someone in Cree, because I can really correspond my own language. And she was asking me where I was from, and then I was telling her who my parents were, and I had told her that I had just lost my mom, and her name was Teresa also. And at that time, you're lonely. You still have a lonely heart, and sometimes you wish you had a mom, and I was so fortunate for her when I told her that I had lost my mom, and she said, I said, her name is also Teresa, and she said, well, I can be your mother. I'll take you as my daughter. It gave me a real good feeling. It gives you a sense of knowing that you can call someone your mom again. And through that, I respect her. I do a lot of things for her. I talk to her on a daily basis. Her and I, we share stories and laughter, and I really enjoy having her as a mom. It gave me a sense of healing my heart. And everywhere I see her, I always go and talk to her. I don't call her Teresa. I call her Nega. Nega is a mother, your mom. And I'm never ashamed to talk like that. And this is what she's saying. Never to be ashamed. If somebody says, or even sometimes you resemble somebody, and that person will approach you and, you resemble like my son. And maybe you'll say, well, I could be your son or whatever, right? That, because you have a lonely feeling for a long time, And when you can say, oh, I'll adopt you, I'll take you, it's like they take you under their wings and they help you out with your healing. So that's what she was referring to.
Very good. What is the word for an only child in the family? And can you explain that?
That's why my kids not say they kaya pego sanuin. Kapapego yun.
Pego sano tawiak. Uya pukaya. Atis pego seo puko. We start to go megis me gusik. Ekunik manan tanaya. Pukui tewa kumao kangeton. Tapsko sa me pekotsik. Taka tapsko taki witsan tsika. Eksamina kwa mahis pai. Peko sanawa. Eki se takset. Makamina ko. Ne stawi mani to kito mane. Epikskat se tuisto. Same peko asiut. Puki kwe katan tawai pahati tekset kwe mani gituta. Makam natin tan ko eskin tuktamo. Ni hiyaw nuaw.
What is the word for twins?
Peko sa.
Pego san peg puaw na. Maga
Peko sa.
niso teo es kwechimiso tan seite.
Iso teo.
Yeah.
Iso teo.
Tan sama e tihtama ni suuteo.
Niso tapsport pekawa hawasas. Eya. Eni sit. Maya. Kaki pekawa siwit. Makakwa niswak.
E pekit
Peke. Pekita ya pe.
i jagan.
Kini tau kita.
Oh, okay.
Kini soskinesi kum sagami.
Ah.
Ya kwamma.
Ayam. Ay ni suuteo kum nista e awak. Kikskehten. Ayam. Misto napeo ke awak. Uskini ko ang getan. E ko ayam. Ngat sumonoma. Kamu esawa. Ni tau kita oste se mau. Egi poa takseino. Tene wapstuanit. Eja. Täpselt se pegiugaut. Poa tamuni. Ebe peiset nussem. Ebe awi tanoma. Pek. Awas napes peiset. Nyt tegon giks pego pajan giks kehten napes e viauk. Tapue. Kini tauko. Ego mina ni suutewak. Pamus maskihki viinogan taapmak. Ek tam ngi poatauk. Ni su seinog ta ni wapstuanetsk. Egen naap eiga niigi tapi ka nuo. Egon tere wapsk sihutsk. Tenek sein juutsek. Egun minne peissik. No sõnnan. E pea vihta nii so. Peitukuk. Ei se kas kihtain. Kueski suupi kihta maunan. Egu minä yksikin peissaan kotakus esma. Kisuupi kihta maunan. Ei se kas kihtain. Eigi peissik. Tää pue. Niistä ei se kas kihtaan. Kiin pei miauk. Aja. Niin hiaue uno. Kiin pea suuna muauk. Ego kagiuhkumsk. Ussua. Kapuahkumaga no. Isika skihtaat pistaa kiwi ki miuk. Matsiuin. Tapukueun. Tän siiski isip matsiuoski. Ego me no te egi no te vitaman. You know, I'll say it in English. I have 3 boys. And, you know, I really believe these children that they weren't given to us. They were loaned to us. Yeah, we husia. And, you know, the Creator, the spirit world, lent us these children as women. You know, that is our gift of life. That was one of the greatest gift that was given to us by the Creator. Anyways, when I was pregnant with my first one, this old man came to visit me. This real old man. And in Cree, this old man told me, my grandchild, I'm going to lend you one life. And you do your best raising that life for me. So that when I woke up, I knew that I was going to have a boy. Same thing with when I was pregnant with the twins, these 2 old men came to me. Again, they were 2 very old men, white hair, braids, white. They were wearing this white long outfit. That's like a buckskin outfit, you know, those the kind they used to wear a long time ago. And them 2 told me too, he said, grandchild, we're going to lend you 2 lives. And you do your best in raising them to the best that you can do. Do your very best. And when I woke up, I knew I was going to have 2 boys. You know what? I really grew up, you know, when I was raising the boys, I did my best to raise these boys. I gave them the language. We taught them the language, the Cree language. My late mom and my late dad gave them gifts to my brothers, everybody in the family. It took the whole family, the whole community to raise my boys. I didn't do it alone. You know, that's the way kids were raised by everybody. They were taught the language, even taught how to be wakuhtu in kinship. And I'm hoping that they teach that to their kids too. Because, you know, another thing, my late mom used to say, "Mui katskapunde no, igo nakatako." You know what? She was right. She used to say, my late mom used to say, I'm not going to never stop talking to you, to all of you, till I'm gone. My mom is gone now. And I don't hear her, but I still remember her words. So I wanted to share that. And, you know, this is Nsigwas. You know, when you say these kinship terms to somebody, it makes you feel good. It heals you. You know, and not those kawi ng kawi kaiswakumat. So, you know, this whole morning is about kinship wakuhtuin. And we're forgetting that. We need to start calling ourselves the way we're related to each other. Because, you know, respect has a lot to do with that too. Yeah. So she was talking about Nisutewak, Pego-san, an only child and twins. You know, it's a blessing. It's a blessing and a gift to have children. And to teach them all that you can teach them. Not just by yourself, but other people can help you.
And not just one, you know, some people just only have one child, right? And sometimes this one child um, comes alone into this world, tends to be lonely, eh? But say your sisters or your brothers, their children, they take them as their brother, or the sister or whatever, the one that's by itself. And sometimes when children are born, you're only blessed with one child, but others will adopt a child, Like me, I was born with 6 brothers and only one sister, and sometimes I felt like I was shortchanged, but on the sister. But all my uncles and their daughters and their sons, we take them as our sisters. Like my sister Helen, she's the oldest. Helen Titusis, she was always my sister, and I always called her Nimis, 'cause- and the older brothers like Stes, or you just adopt them to and you adopt that only child, you adopt it into your family, eh? And that's what she was talking about. And Brenda explained about the twins, and how the twins they they conceive two, and they're in the same, in the womb, they're together, eh? That's how they come out. That's what she's talking about.
Okay. Well, you touched a little bit on my next question. You're talking about cousins. How do you address your cousins?
That's what you like. How do you
Talk to them?
Oh, in
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think she wanted to know about a girl who's squill, a girl danse is wahkumat, wahkumagana, witsana, nape ogoli.
Naja. Aber nichts go. Es es ngeto. E pe yo pekit. Ep muista ma. Kistes. Ma kis penosim sa napes sa kisims. Kapmgi say mat. Ay. Mister toke. Mister taya hawasak. Pe go poguis weses. Na peses. E kone kange muista matak. O his wesa. O sim suao. A boom suao. Nakatoketik. Ekwa. Mino kotaka tapskut. Your sister or Utawa Simsa. Eko Nico cousins. Ewan brother and sister gesuten tutsk. Paki teitotik kasawaitok. Magame miteta say pito sa Spain. Ekwa matawita ma sakama. Ewa hutotik tipia we tapskut. Ewan brother and a sister. Cousins oak. Ekwa namai konstuta muhitik. I'm so gati. Perhaps coaching get on. I had 6 sisters, 7 at the Winnie. Newote Alberta, Saddle Lake. Ekipe nakatlat my mom. Newisko. Ekwa. Ni nano tenga kipe ikote. Kutake kwene ki pesi kut little pine to napeo. Eko no tawi o eto ko ga nakskawata ksa ekte ni nansto. Ka ke o ke mestene ko ke nitsan. Pea kuna ko. Ka ke o ko ke. Ma mi se to se o. Mom stick man. Kwa mana kwento ta mohak. Ato e me ko ne te kon wat na hayawak. Saddle Lake. Ten gawe ki oto te tinok. Edmonton avasta. E miset piehum e wa kohtoja. Naka miset muik skeita muk mois naka tokeok. A tihto ku kauimaok. Koeska koe vihtamaat. Saat kak skeita muk. Ito aka miset. Tanssi keisek skeita ke kai vihtamaat. Pukua mep vihtamaat. Kai aspo kauiaki ka keskimaa taas kutsa on stem kaituet. Eki mama o kamatot ai sinua. Ja kutset kai ki seihto. Ja kun se kahka mii muuke cousins suuke sua kuhtot te piau emma tapskut brother and sister. Moi aja. Moi piitos. Eikö
She's talking about your cousins. You take them as your own brother and sister, is what she was saying. You you teach them how to love one another and care for one another and love one another and have respect for one another, just like that's your own sister, your own brother, same way like that. You would look at your sister like that, right? Like I look the same way to Mary. I respect her all the time because she's the oldest in our family. And we respect her. We try. And so when I see them, I call them instead like Sinus, like I talk to my brothers like that. And I talk to my cousins the same way, and I think they know that, because I try and talk to them that way because that's the way we were taught, to take your cousins as your own brother and sister, to love them and take care of them the same way, respect and all that. A lot of young kids are not taught these things, that's why there's no respect at all nowadays, but we can try our best to promote that, to our younger people, and I'm pretty sure they can learn to have that same respect as our elder here.
I have a question about young, like children. Some children don't have a mom or a dad, so they're orphans. How should they be adopted into a family?
Kaki wats tiku ka wasak. Dan si sama kaki stapa humau ka. Ko wamamu kwechi misawa.
Te kuna maya kata humat. Te kun kitawasem sketeimat. Kueska kitutat. kawa huumatap suutin chaansin koskeetat. Artis magaisa ka akaya simuak. I'll take you as my girl, my boy, get peo. Peo kwa namamaga. Nawats ka nehiya we. Kaksnama sikpeskis. Naiso mehaima kakiwatsi. Kawasiwe. Ewa keitami. Apua kawia kakakitot. Asay manegi keitamane pakwatakawiyan. Di pekitimago pikin. Ektam pukuti boarding school kaki haya ni soski. Seems. Kimio tawak manefta. Eka kaya ikutaka wasa meusko. Magawi ka miset sa kawasa ki pitos. Pea kwa na awas se ki watset. Kia ke sot na kia kawasams. Sike mamui kagi pakwati sik. Ekwa he. So squatsay haima kaki watsi. Mr. Tanui tamog. Tawa simsak. Basic timaksiyan. Ekwa mano maka askaw mana gimni kwanan. May witestonan. Eksek ka stepea. Gipune tenman. Noten sasam saki kwena katukan. Magais mino kimitet. Tapskotek timagimskik. Mana kaki kwemnaiskik. Tapskote ektemaiga muesik maga. Esa megi mai tota miman. Ekse kantauks na masok mpeitik pe utasakeo. Joasim sa muyan tau. Kia mo tanggakak timak pamihawak. Tau. Muintaway mawak kakipek timak siyan. Residential school tau muyan. Eksing nisang kipentawap mik. Giwaywiyak inaw eko squat. Eko amma. Eki mamtanes taman. Joasimsak. Nuhtawi hingawi ketwesk. Ekin toimak. Mui aya haimhewi noa. Hikaya. Kapampayi kotski pemau. Ni hiau ki kwa eki pewi tamaut nuhtawi. Ekwa mana kwa. Ekwa notuko okmiset ni pek kilskimgok. Awa minan stem. Ukuma. Stahe ukuminangi kitotikman. Ekwa ma. Haya. Mam to name to. Kwes kawiti to. Ekai ki kway po meka kamimuk. Ekwa.
Ayamana ya excuse na wasi yana ya. Eki mayom ka skate mana ya. Au ya kaya eki watseta. Suskwa taskus sema sa hata nawasa. Yot na taskus kia. Ustaw ksame ispay Ustaw pugaw yak mana timaginat ki watsa. Eko mane piti ko hat. Uyik.
Maton manawas sak mayo kape. Kaki watsik. Maka kwa man kaki sumusta mo. Kakoi miu piktsik. Tahut niitsik. Miset manui tamoke kai muniana ke sue penatsik. Tala. Kuesta ko kanoi matsik. Sike ma peakon utsoa simsua te suut natsik.
She goes here. My auntie. She's talking about, Rhonda over there was asking her about orphans, children who become orphans. And my auntie here just mentioned that it's, Gayas, long time ago, orphans were automatically adopted by a family member, Semag. They were adopted as their children, as part of the family. George, Tina will help me, if I forget anything. But I just needed to, all of us sitting here, except Rhonda, we're orphans. I'm an orphan. She's an orphan. She's an orphan. She's still lucky that Rhonda has her mother. Having parents, a mom and a dad. As growing up, we take advantage of our parents. We just assume that they're going to live forever, but that's not the case. Kuhtawino, the creator, is the one that decides if their job is done on this earth. But, with these orphans here, if they're, when a child becomes an orphan at an early age, then people have to step up and take that responsibility as the parents to carry on what the parents wanted to teach their children. I remember my kokom used to tell me that these orphans, when they lose their parents, both parents, when children become orphans, the Creator gives them added blessings and added protection, because there's no, both their parents are gone. All of us are going to, we have, your listeners out there, a lot of you are orphans too. But that's why we have family to carry us on. Children, grandchildren, Japans, kutakun gawahu maganok, our other relations. We're the ones that have to teach wahutuin and continue teaching it so they can teach it, and so on and so forth. So I'll let Tina fill in whatever
she said.
About orphans?
Yeah. She was saying that when a child has no parents, there's always somebody that will take that child as their own. You feel for that child. You want to take them as your own, because they're by themselves, they're lonely. Orphans tend to exclude themselves if you don't talk to them. She said when she didn't have her parents, she often felt alone, and like someone never wanted to talk to her. That was her feeling she was when she was by herself. So it's important to show love and caring for children that have no parents, and invite them to be your brother or your sister. Take them and love them and care for them, just like you do with your own siblings, the same way. Parents I remember parents always took a lot of young kids into our home, and we all looked at them the same way as our own brother and sister, and never ever tried to exclude them. And my mom and dad, they took in a lot of kids in my time. So, and there will always be somebody that will take in a child, will have that love for that child. And she talked about a little bit on, she went to a residential school, but she always came home and reflected to her language and to her elders, and the elders taught her all things a woman should know. That's where she grew up, is talking to her elders all the time and listening to them and doing the good things that she was taught. She didn't want to learn all about the residential, English speaking and all that. She always wanted to go to her elders when she came back. That's who she learned a lot of her livelihood there, her sense of respect, and that's what she was talking about.
Thank you for that. And the last question I have for today is, how do we show respect when referring to our brothers and sisters?
Didn't still then.
Respect comes as soon as you're a kid. Your parents tell you respect to be nice to somebody. When we were kids, we'd kiss an old person or shake hand, and they'd pray for us. Elders, that's how elders were. And lots of elders liked their tea. We'd make tea for them. And there was one old man, my uncle, always used to walk around. And he liked his tea strong. And he always had a twine belt with a cup, a tin cup. As soon as somebody seen him coming, make tea, Solomon is coming. And they would make tea, strong tea. He'd sit there and onto his cup and start drinking it hot. He was a funny old man, but we were scared of him. Then he'd start telling stories. And he was thankful first that we made tea. Then he'd ask for bannock.
Goodness.
I made bannock outside when I was about 7 years old. And those two other girls were older than me, 8. And I know I made such a poor job making bannock outside. those old people. They were so thankful that they got so much. And now so much. I know my banner was no good. To encourage us. Yeah, but that's how we were treated. Like they respected our, and just to make us feel more to cook and do. Yeah, that was the first thing right from the start when you grow up. Respect everything, even animals, flies. They used to tell us every insects, all these little animals have spirit. Nah, to have respect, not to kill them, but mosquitoes are awful. And the brothers, like I teach my daughters and boys not to be swearing, or they hardly talk to each other. But now they're older, sometimes I guess they talk to one another. And one time I told my boys, you boys should go more to feasts. Have that respect for the reserve, for the elders. You know, elders are dying of heart attacks, I was telling them. A person can drop dead in it. Don't talk stupid, one of them told me. I'm not talking stupid, I said. I'm telling you the right thing, how people are dying now. So he didn't say anymore. Same to my daughters. They have that, especially when they have on their time, I'll say. They never talk to their brothers. They didn't cook. The brothers had to cook for themselves, or I cook for them. And the girls would stay away from the room. They'd stay in their room. Especially at the first. Tapos kutsun me got pekun ta CWS panusniks pues. Eki sofpeki tutte frog lake. Asne so tapan eki kiwestai. Asem nakapese pamaut kutak nusem. Eukomina. Wahwan tauk. Iko wapukutta kwakke kawiku gern taun nusem. Kimo soma wewi manu ket muka kia kwaskawa hai. Ta kwakke kawiku ganu. Ko nusem onui tamon chapan. Kikwa squatin. What's that? I was telling her she did it in a showing. Aspeno me guaito te vi casqua so jasmine.
Oh.
Kawapata squa isino agir. Ekse. Ase guamina. Nzapa naknapes sa Cajun 7. Niya matata punet. 9 agua 8. Ikita pa kwes.
Oh.
Kata pa kwata sikpa pek. Se mage pese web sikes. Japan. We snared rabbits. Ay. Freezer we ha cook. Kay to tamat na. You make a feast for us. Asam make a skate. Aha. Skipe suewa kanuwa puso. Kundi kaya kuam napukum kapeho ya.
Oh, yeah.
Tawag. Pitamagi mo song kagi sumano kaya. That important.
Most of it she talked in
Yeah.
English.
She was mentioning that she, when a girl becomes a young woman, it's a very important time for her. It's a very important time for her to learn kinship and respect. To be taught and shown how she should respect her brothers, her older brothers, her younger brothers, especially boys. Because, when a girl is going through her time, her moon time, we were esuksit. In our language, we say esuksit, very powerful. That she can, she can weaken a boy, a male, a boy, a man, boy, whatever, young man. It's not as strong as a woman, a girl, during their moon time. And that's why women were given the gift to give life. Because we as women, we are stronger. We're the ones that carry on the household, I would say. But anyways, that's what she was saying. She was, she's talking about this, that her chapans, her great-grandgirls became women. And she's, she told me this. She's telling us this because she's very proud that her great-granddaughters finally reached their next stage of their life. Shall I tell my little story that time when my late mom was so proud of my time when I became a woman? Well, I'll tell. I'll say it in English. But anyways, I'm the only girl in the family. And so maybe that's why I was raised in a very protective life, I would say, by everybody in my family. But anyways, from when I started, I would say about 8 or 9, something like that, 10 years old, my mom, my kukum too, they told me that, I was going to reach the next stage of my life. Not to be scared, that was part of growing up as a female. And I think I was 15 years old. It was in the winter time. And back then we didn't have no power, nothing, no running water, all that. So it was in the winter time, and we had to go to the toilet. And I remember I had my own little lamp. Anyways, I went to the toilet, and in the dark, remember winter time, it's still dark in the morning. And then I realized, oh my goodness, I became a woman. Anyways, I came back in. I wasn't scared because, I knew what was going to happen to me. So I went back inside, and I secretly told my mom that what happened to me, that I became a woman. And very quietly, she told me, "Begum, go in the She said, go in the bedroom. Don't look at your brothers. Don't talk to your brothers." So I went to the bedroom. I had I closed I looked down on the floor. My brothers are talking to me, and I wasn't supposed to talk to them. I didn't look at them. So I went in the bedroom, I closed the door. And then I could hear everybody was kind of rushing around. My brothers are getting ready for school. And then all of a sudden I heard the bus come up. And my brothers went running out, and I remember my mom yelling, "Oh, Jason, I got to tell you this." My late mom opened the door, and real loud and crazy said, "My daughter can't go to school for 1 week. She just became a woman, And the bus driver was a man. But you know what? I understood why she said that and did that, because she was so proud her daughter finally reached that next stage in her life. And it was our parents or the mothers are, they look forward, I guess, when the daughter or the granddaughter reached the next stage. Because I went, I did that too with my own granddaughter. I was so proud and happy she reached the next stage in her life. And this is the time when when a girl becomes a young woman, that they have to show extra respect towards their brothers. To tell you that, I have one, like I said, I have one older brother, and I got 3 younger brothers. We call each other the way we're related. Like my older brother is this, and my younger brother's Nasims, and they in turn call me Miss, because that's the way we were raised. And to this, because I'm older than my 3 younger brothers, I kind of have that right to give them advice, because I'm older than them and I'm bigger than them. No, and my older brother, to tell you I'll tell you this. My older brother, he's only a year older than me. And to tell you the honest truth, I don't even know what he looks like, because I hardly speak to him. It's called Manatsi Hak. I respect him because he's older than me, because I'm the female, I'm the sister, and he's older than me. So, I show respect for him that way. If I really need to talk to him, it's only a few words here and there. When I talk to him, I don't even look at him. I put my head down. It's called respect. That's how young girls are brought up. They went to their older brothers. And same thing with all my uncles are gone. I still have one more, Nuchawis. But as a girl, a female, all my uncles, Nissis Sak. There's some I still call Nissis. I hardly, because in our language, in English it's called uncle, but in our ways, it's 2 ways. There's Nuchawis from your dad's side.
Mm-hmm.
That one kind of takes the place of, if you lose your dad, it takes the place of your dad. Nuchawis. And Nisis from your mom's side. That's, those, your mom's brothers call him Nisis. Those ones, as a girl, I remember my Nisis. Same respect too. I hardly spoke to them. I'll give you an example. One of my late uncles, Nisis, I'll say his name, because I have some respect for people who passed away. I was always told not to name them, but I'll tell you. My late uncle, one of my late uncles, Nisis, his name was Noel Albert. I always suspected he watched over me growing up. Even when I went to university. I remember when I went to university in Saskatoon, he would come up there, kind of check up on me, I think. But anyways, because the way I'm related to him, Nisis, I hardly spoke to him. And when I did speak to him, I put my head down. That's the difference. I think this whole Wakutuan has to be retaught again.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with with my late mom's sister. She only had one. I call her, in the way I was related to her, Nikawis. It's like a second mom. And my my late dad's sisters, Nisigusak. Nisigus.
Ewa, kit uitaya mate. Sigus. Her kids, eki wichimusa kumachi, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Same thing with, all my nuakumaganak. We used to call each other the way we were related. One of my late cousins, some of you may have known him. His name was Vincent Albert. We used to call each other the way related. Nichimus. That's, we never called, he never called me Brenda. I never called him Vincent. Nichimus. Yeah. Same thing with...
Instead of cousin,
Yeah.
say it's your cousin, but in the Indian way, it's
yeah.
on your
Second cousin, nakikitim.
Yeah.
oh, okay.
Second cousin need, yeah. Nichimuse. And same thing with a girl on your second cousin, Nichakus, but only between girls, Nichakus. I still, I have like Emily, Nadine, some from Soto. I don't call them by their first name. I call them Nichakus. It's just the way I was brought up. Same thing with her, Nisigus. That's the way I'm related to her. Yeah. So, this whole relationship, with the girls and the boys, Bicho says it's different in some areas.
Because of the mother and because of the father.
Yeah.
Like in English, it's your cousins, but in Cree, your language, it's different. Nietzsche, most of you probably think it's my boyfriend.
Yeah.
Why? If tama na, it was kind of complicated.
Yeah. And I need explanation. Some in the English language they call my cousin twice removed. What the heck is that? Like twice utnit or something. What is that?
Kikwaya.
That's the first time I ever heard that.
Munyasag manune. He's my cousin twice removed. I heard somebody say that to somebody. My cousin twice removed or once removed. I don't know what that is.
Probably, I would think maybe they get them out of their life. They don't want to include it in their life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not respecting that
confusing.
person or whatever. Huh?
Our way, the kinship is much more instructami.
Respectful.
Yeah. But you gotta keep at it.
Poco.
Yeah. Same thing with my my late mom. She growing up, that's what I heard growing up. My late mom used to call my Nisims. And then my late uncles would call my mom Nimis. Not once I ever heard them say her first name. Not once. And the proper way of saying, a long time ago, the proper way of saying, instead of saying mom, mother, Nigawi. That's the right way. Or my dad, Nutawi. Eksimani kayu negi dad kayu kumyano nega kayu musumyan Nuta. I never heard my mom say, "Hey, mommy." Or to my Muslim, hey, daddy, my God's no.
Mom, Sonia's.
Yeah,
Lots of people.
that's what we hear nowadays. It's, Mom, Sonia's. But anyways, that's what I wanted to kind of bring out nis about peso pigiana. Wah kuhtu no. Sitä ei teitä. Ei teima, ei teitä. Ja.
Bergman nossam. Euskiniigit. Kane hiomma totok niika kanoap mikman. Muniasen sikata. Kiamum nanto ketagamga. Muniaske kipetasta muukin. Det går musums brate sikati.
Joo.
On musumaki ko mawita magut.
Do you want to mention the...
No kwa minuma kawakoto. Chapan. Keteek. O chapanak. Nikawi. Nuktawi. Nikawis. Nuktawis. Kakioma.
Yeah.
Kakio. Stes nimis nsimis.
It all comes with ends.
Nsimis ni pepin. Kakio ki kwema kwami nitem. Nitemos. Nstem. Kwam na peki kwe kiwi tamaga wian manaya. Eka kapakwatat. Ustemine. Kiitika wian man. Wawi sawasa kiitakoto. Pakwatat angkang kose makapakwatat kiitika wian. Pewan minna kinaaksi. Kapakwatat. Angkang kose mak. Kiitakoto kapakwatat kiitika wian. Tapos ten man. Kiwe pinto tsubukin kus. Nusse makakwa taneu. Mun kipakwa taun stem kao kipewaini. Kaya ko sa tota mo takman. Miset. Kaktotak. Minaisi non na toketes. Na to maketo et kesto naamut. Ujano te mai maksehot. Ujane paktinsot. Kiisat man nuhtawi. Ja kwa pek nuhtsukoesu. Nuhtsukoesu ak muut semanatsi ke muut. Kehte ekutte. Pukua wiek minu meki ka keskimi. Muja ujai. Kipsihtaa kwa ke maipai. Ewiihtamaan neuku. Kaya kaktimaa keito. Kayas eki maamau kamatot sa kay sinuok. Eka kisimot. Eki totaat sa kauskaya. Makaya ko sa misetuok. Natamawas suo keistaan piito. Misete sang kipsihtaa kwa. Makais puku kue se wihtami hikoi. Kusa kami mo kaya kay papumek. Emi asa ko mo. Wako ton ganta nami.
And okay, she was talking about all the relations like brother, sister, and mother, father. It all begins with the ends like Nuktawi, Nikawi, Nimis, Nistes, Simis. All the close relatives, they all start with the ends. She wanted to let everybody know that all these people that you're related to real close, they all start with ends. And she was talking about never to hate your when you have a daughter-in-law, especially when she starts having children, her own children. When you hate her, you hate your daughter-in-law. It's like hating those children to her children. So she was saying that always to respect her, because if you don't have respect for her, then you won't have respect for her kids either. Never to hate is what she's talking about. And I kind of wanted to go back to a little bit on when a young woman has her time, that she was mentioning that young girl was never allowed to mingle with the brothers, and she was never asked to do any cooking when she's on her time. And she was talking about one of her chapons, her granddaughter was just got her time here not too long ago. But there's protocols when a young girl reaches that time, and that they couldn't have a feast for her. After the protocols, they always have a feast. But she mentioned that one of her grandsons first time went snaring rabbits, and they caught a few, and that they put the rabbits in the freezer. The young boys had wanted her to have a feast with those rabbits, but her old man is hosting a Sundance this year, so all that has to be put on the side, because you can't cross that where the time when he's going to have a Sundance. But after the Sundance, when everything's all over, that they'll go on with the young girls' feast and the little boys that wanted the feast. So they're going to do that after the Sundance. So because you can't cross anything.
Yeah.
Then that's what she was talking about, and I just wanted to mention that to them.
Do you have any final words?
Kikutsay iskots kinuhteituan.
Kamimu yek. Waku tunum ta kamimu. Eka papume. Neko. Temake ito. Awi na mago makia temake misin tekpego no sempe. Au te nto. Ekwa au te peimuya. Kiamo tornato che te gawine. Mino manu maka nawa sohuma. Nato che ta kamka. So squat me kap nawa so muya. Kaka koe chikem. Ekwa o me. O te pai ke un mi o siniu. Mi te tawa mai pai. Ka uskayu ya ne ki nawa soa ne wapanapia ne. Kan kamutawi ke ki nawaswan. E kaski tamaso ki kway ki tok manutukok. Apo ka mai pay humahan. Ano sa kway pesta maneta tipa mask. Kap nawasot. Mua meks tagis pay. Kak timagi mihta na isino. Kak timagi pay. Tapos ko tanos kini ko te New Mexico kan país pe te tao. Ako ato wapa ka po Thursday. Katakuta pekpi semke ka tis pay. Kinues airport so kaya. Muy sa anmukte COVID. Kami magwawasak mina. Kay manaks kinama ko. Wakuto. Takskita. Kesagi totik. Atis man wanita magayoksiketi sa kuskayak. Kasagi to. Muan magsisay man. Kami magtanit. Kimiri tamat na may tutamik. Supakaskitaan manawik ni Kowitsa. Miset kete saki tauki ko kakskita. Muan meps katuta. Kakskina sa kaksampeg ni tau no tsikwesu. Kaya ute maskeg lege gintau piks ko anatiyo. Uke makana nefteges. Kistampe tako tegan. Tani kin tau. Kapewi tamo seksko pingo kapun meto. Suya wawan mamuinian tau. Ewa uya teita. Eksema kahai hai kinas kum no. Akamimuk.
Yeah, she was saying that to keep on what we're doing and keep asking our Creator for all the blessings and never give up our language. Keep promoting it to our children and keep telling them that to respect about our relations and to love one another, and that she said this is a good program what we're doing and it's a start, and she said keep on going. That's what she mentioned. I think it's important, she kind of touched base about wakes and stuff, how it's so different now. Women used to go and help out cooking and everything. Now she heard that they have to be paid in order to go and cook now, and that's everything is changing and it has to be stopped. I remember my late dad always said, when someone passes on, go and help, go sit there or go and help cook. When you go there, even if you don't know them, go anyway, go and help out. When the ones that lost their loved one, when they see that right away, you soften their heart. It helps them, with their grief. Tohteg egitet manakagiutayan. Tohteg nanto auya e mai pai. Tau ichita sugapot apunt kantoya pie katsyo apuchi katop no swag, Asene uske nai kanai. Mai payo. E gaiok sto tamego, ke tato e gisto, mai pai kapape ko pino. Be sitting alone. Igi to et mana, kagiu tau yan. Ase miche tok si siki go no paten. Amagagi to et mana. Maga me guatso ma pito sepainos, usamo makson magapaiga. Everything is kind of changing because of COVID. Can't really be together that many people. Eh? That's what I wanted to share a little bit about what she was touching base on. So
Thank you.
So with that, I'd like to explain a little bit about what's going to be happening tomorrow, Tuesday, April 20th at 10 a.m. We're going to have Mrs. Teresa Sapp back, as well as Mrs. Tina Whitford, and they're going to be talking about Cree names. They're going to explain how to get a name and the importance of a name. So tune in tomorrow at 10 a.m. if you're interested in that. And I'd like to thank everybody sitting at this table here. It's a wealth of knowledge, and I'm very honored to be part of this. So kita kami hin nananaskaman.
Hey.
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 I'll say a few last words. Nanasko mawan sigos. Kawitap makamute se Teresa Sapp. Egon anitin ni Miss Tina Whitford. Egon anitin wakumagan Rhonda. Whitney Barber. Ego skinny go. Brayden. Soon to be Whitney. Brayden Whitney. Enanas kumuan. Itapuesta make. Nan ipep utepe tuhtik. Ipe sunamage kistonga ipe vitamagawik snamagawik. I would like to thank everybody here, especially these two ladies here to my right, to come and share their knowledge on this topic, wakuhtun, manatsuin, because those two go together. And I would like to thank to the listeners that are listening in, and I beg on it siga take Princess Teresa Sapp. That puts it I spring spirit, yes. She likes that, Princess Teresa Sapp.
Hi.
I got Evelyn Morin. She said, I'm so happy I understand my language. Miyasin. And Stuhtaman. Bonnie Pulver, thank you for sharing your language and your wisdom. Love the stories and the laughs. Gia Paskiman. Kinstema, Gusim. Gia Paskiman. Gia Paskiman.
Oh.
I ate it. Thank you for having Kukum Teresa as a guest. How I missed your voice, your princess voice. Georgina Rose, thank you. This broadcast, the message is universal. Thank you, Tina, for the translation. Kimberly Magnus, Masinaham, love you, Kukum. Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah. Cindy B, beautiful. I'm Dene from Navajo Nation. Oh, came across your live show and love it. Much respect and for your elderly. Leona Tatusis, girls, thank you for the contribution of teachings. Again, Bonnie Pulver. Many young people who miss this family connection need a grounding of respect in who they relate to and how they relate to others in the family. This prepares them for life in the practice of respect. You're absolutely right there, Bonnie. Gia Paskaman, love you, Kukum Teresa. Jeanette Bugler, Riley, Usse mätö ni vistat se. Yes. Jeanette Bugler, Evelyn Morin, they're very interesting. Bonnie, love your words. Megwetz. Bonnie, where are you from? Kathy Sampson, you too, where are you from? For sharing. Thank you, Miquetz, for sharing your elders with us. Sure miss the elders from the 3 fires. Miquetz Lodge, sending love to each teacher. Winston Frank. Where are you?
Her auntie ito.
Oh, okay. Celia Thunderchild. Where's Bonnie from? Oh my, Wahil, you far away.
Wahil, Massachusetts.
Thank you. And stay tuned tomorrow, Bonnie, and pass the word down. Tomorrow they're going to be talking about, names. How'd you go, in our way over here, we are Crees, Nehiawak. So, they're going to tell you how to go about over here, to get a name. And why is important to have a name. Spring Spirit, she knows me. Sigon. Okay. So good to see, Princess Teresa. Ticho Kimasquis. Danielle Pritchard, thank you for sharing. Celia Thunderchild, I presume. Thank you, welcome, Teresa. Okay, we're done. So again, don't forget tomorrow, stay tuned, 10 o'clock, hopefully magasinon. Indian time.
We were here at 10 o'clock.
Okay.
That's us.
No Indian time.
And don't forget on Wednesday, like Rhonda over there was saying, Wednesday will be your time to ask questions to these people, to the princess over here and the queen over there. So with that, everybody, thank you. Hi. And with that, everybody have a great rest of the day till tomorrow morning. See ya.
Hi.